Imagine you wake up and you're caked up. Your friends got their handouts cause you the oven baker. Betty Crocker meets Aunt Jemima without the head wrap. Disrespect, it's a rap. Get your head tapped with the Chinese acupressure. Meet Jamaica from Ocho Rios to Cuatro Cinco. I'm a staker. It's only right I invest in Hex. I got the voodoo in my DNA cause my bloodline royal. What? Every man, woman, and child leaves the toilet bowl soiled. I live my life to the fullest before I return to the soil. And y'all spoiled. Bigger than you fire intros to my videos. Who know how high the price of Hex can go? Real high. You know we hit the mainstream when you see Redman and Method Man with Richard Hart in the video. Indeed. The white moon boots tells the truth. And the blockchain serves as proof. If you have a missing tooth, you good. As long as you can take care of the youth. Not many will understand, it's only a few. And if you still don't understand it, it wasn't meant for you. Not meant for you. But shout out to the Anunnaki. I'm sipping hot sake, wondering why I never liked watching hockey. Maybe it's cause I'm Haitian, cause of soccer. I don't like when people speak cocky, not really. Or caca. I used to drink the Goya Malta, crush the yerba in a spliff, puffin' lala. Off the coast of Labadee, sandy beach. It's magic in your face, voila, voila. It's magical, nigga.
If you owe me, pay me in gold. Not interested in your checks. Better yet, you better invest and pay me in Hex. I'm a threat to those bounded by illusion of religion. My intentions always pure, that's why it's good energy when I mention financial freedom. The aim, picture hitting your target daily. Must be crazy, you not getting my services unless you pay me. Your paper short like the twine, mine longer than Suli people. Black Beatles, my garments iron thoroughly, free of wrinkles. My philosophy trumps hypocrisy, divinely guided astrology. The star in the tarot deck, Aquarian born, so they honor me. My cup flooded with riches. You fall in love with these bitches. For social media pictures, I'm in the booth spitting scriptures. Account flooded with Hex. 2 queens when I'm having sex. Like I've been said, I'm the best. I'm truly different from the rest. Getting downloads when I sleep. My astral projections is deep. And the tree I used to smoke was so strong that it used to reap. Nigga.
What's going on, everybody? I hope the rays of all things good emanate from the sun and flow right through you so that you can be imbued with radiance, sustenance, balance, presence of mind, and you'll be able to feel through a lot of confusion, a lot of worry. It's about rising above a certain state, a certain level, a certain way of living, way of being, way of existing, so that we could add to the continuum of what we call and what we understand to be life. An aspect of, or an example of what we participate in, what we use in our lives, is this crypto thing. This crypto thing, it just, there's no word for it. We're trying to, it's not as malleable as we would like for it to be, because, you know, you're trying to, you know, control it it seems like if we're not careful, it begins to control us. This crypto stuff, if we allow it, we can't allow it to control us. We can't allow the miscalculations, right? The misjudgments, the errors that we've made or might make now affect what we have going on in the present and what we may see in the future. I'm not going to listen to some people who think that you just can't figure them out. You understand? They're out here. They're out here in full force. They're out here. They've been out here. And they're out here in full force now that we have these blockchains and this DEX. It's not more than one blockchain, but now that we have this blockchain and this DEX, you have a bunch of people coming out of anywhere and everywhere to try to take what you have. And tell you to your face that that's what they're doing. They're not even hiding. They're not even ashamed about it anymore. Been telling you about this. Been telling y'all. Some have listened, others haven't, for whatever reasons. My channel's small, quote unquote. But I hope my message is larger than any size. Because what I'm speaking about just resonates and it's universal. It applies to everything and everyone. There's some people who are so hell-bent on making sure that you never should have anything. Like, there's some people that will never want you to be rich. There's some people that will never want you to be wealthy. There's some people who will be upset, they'll be envious, they'll be jealous that you are gifted, that you not only have certain skills and you have talents and you are gifted, but they'll look at you and say, why do you have what you have? You don't deserve it, as if they created you. There are people that are like that are in this community. Why? They behave that way. They show you. You have to be able to use your better judgment to be able to identify these characters, especially those that put themselves out there by way of speaking. I'm a person that puts myself out there because I'm always talking on the internet. So individuals that do that, you got to pull their card when you see something that's questionable. And you don't necessarily, and when I mean by pull their card, it's like you have to do the self-check and say, oh, see, I see what's going on right here. I peep game. I peep game. Before the game gets played on you, you have to make sure you identify the lies, the deceit from so-called leaders in this community. So-called thought leaders in this community. This is not the first time I've seen people say one thing and they do something entirely different. It's not the first time. It's not the first time I've seen it in crypto. For many of you, you could be shocked. but this is welcome to the world of cryptocurrency. It's happened many times before, and it's going to continue to happen many times in the future. And I don't give predictions, but I would bet, if I was a gambling man, I would gamble on that. It will happen. Not once, not twice, but many times in the future. Because people are complicated. People are fickle. If a person were to walk up to me and say, Wonder, I am a hypocrite, do you know I would respect them more if they'll just be honest and say, listen, I'm a living contradiction. I would respect them more because they're already telling you what they are. Directly. Like, oh yeah, you deserve a certain amount of respect because you're telling me what it is from the gate, out the gate, from the start. But when you have folks that hide behind their created, manufactured persona, they want to just utter words and whisper sweet nothings, and many times yell, not even whisper. They'll cry out loud and tell you what they're virtuous about, what their virtues are all about. They'll tell you what their values mean. They will tell you that they believe in this community. Everything about them will make you think that they freaking bleed this community, this basket of cryptos that this community believes in. They will tell you that's what they're all about. Stemming from one token, we got up to here, stemming from actually two. If it wasn't for Ethereum, Hex wouldn't be what it is. Hex wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to, stake if it wasn't Ethereum. It was basically the highway that Hex as a vehicle ran on and is running on. They'll tell you they bleed Hex, all the thing Hex, Hex, Hex. Now let me tell you something about me, right? I get the allure, I get the die-hard, hardcore, blah, blah, blah. I've written songs about it. I rap about it. I have fun with this whole thing, man, because that's what it's about for me. This is fun. It's fun. I've been through. This is not darkness is spreading. Darkness is. This is not it, yo. Y'all think this is dark? This is not it. This is not it. Don't act like you familiar and you cool and you comfortable too. Because you really don't have a clue what darkness really is. This is just little bumps in the bear market road. You don't know what pain in crypto really is. Like that. Maybe you do, but the way y'all move and the way y'all been reacting in the community and the Twitter crying and thumb thugging, it shows me something else. It shows me something else. January 16, 2018, when BitConnect just shut down its operations, that was the beginning of such a wicked bear market. I never saw something drop from $400 to about $4 in a matter of hours. Y'all don't know what that feels like. So shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, really sit down. Respect history. Respect history. Respect what you don't know. You don't come from a certain cadre or caliber of experiences that can allow you to have a certain position. Many do, but most don't. Not today, not what we know. Many do come from the time I'm talking about, but most don't talk about it, and most don't come from it. Yeah, it's not pain like you think. So what? The thing is below sacrifice. Who cares? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call for help? There's nobody to call for help. You're gonna go to Twitter and align yourself with the Borg or a collective of negative thinking crybabies. And how's that gonna lift your spirits? How's that gonna lift you? How's that gonna enrich your day? What y'all have to know is you can't dismiss history. If it weren't for history, we wouldn't be where we are today. Y'all don't know. And it's not your fault. You don't know what you don't know. But you got to respect the past to understand the present, to look forward to the future, or at least be prepared for the future. You know, it's like, this is not hard. You make it difficult. You make it difficult by dismissing that feeling you get when you hear somebody speak and you know they're not being genuine with you. I'm watching sweaty ass. Listen here. Listen here, man. Listen, man. I've never experienced so many men who complain and whine so much as I find in cryptocurrency. There are more men. Granted, I understand the industry, mostly, men participate, males, I should say, participate in crypto versus the females. But even with the small amount of females versus men, I never, ever, and women are supposed to be naturally emotional. Women are naturally intuitive. I don't see them complain, bitch, and whine, and blood clot cry like these effeminate ass men do, yo. And it's feminism, effeminate. I'm talking about a mindset. Like, you could really be male, but you're not a man to me, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't represent. By being, you're not that. You're not a man. You don't behave like that. In fact, you remind me of being a man child. We have man children running around here, yo. You don't respect history because you don't know history. Some people, I had a hard time growing up, going to school, appreciating history. I had to force myself, of course, to understand it, but I didn't like it. It wasn't my first favorite subject, but I understood through the years, over this short lifespan that I've been able to experience on this rock called Earth, that I need to know where I came from in order to know where I am and where I may be going. Y'all don't know. I don't know. A lot of y'all just don't know. I told you yesterday that the hourglass damn near birthed everything that you see going on in DeFi. Proof of weak hands practically birthed everything that you see going on in DeFi right now, yo. in one shape, form, or another, from the Pareto principle, 80-20, to the term weak hands. You could thank the origin. You could thank the beginnings. You could thank the foundation of proof of weak hands. Everything, anything you could think of and flip it and bounce, it could all be traced back to that. Dividends. You know what dividends are? Right? Dividends. What they call dividends today. Rewards. Interest. Yield. Yo, you don't know where these things come from. But, we had to work with everything. We had to pick the best poison. Right? Pick your poison. We had to pick the worst out of trash to see what works, what doesn't work. And not only that, collect a bunch of different contracts that seemed like they were efficient and did the job and were making people money. Took every little piece of each one that we didn't like, each style of the contract, and create what we have today in different communities and different capacities and different I've heard Richie Rich say hourglass trash, but I know what Richard talking about too that y'all don't know, because you don't really understand that Richard was also stuck in certain Telegram groups that have scammed their participants. And I'm not saying he was one of them, but you don't know sometimes when you're a part of something, you're a part of a Telegram crypto group, and you think this platform is doing what it does until it doesn't, and you see who's been in the groups. Yeah, Rich has been out here. He's been out here for a minute for real. So you take the good out of all the crap that existed and created something. What was Hex supposed to be? And what is it? It's not was supposed to be, but what is it professed to be? The first thing that you could think of that nobody talks about as much anymore. The first certificate of deposit on a blockchain. What did I say? Something always comes from something else. You see something happen in the legacy world, the CD model, in the legacy world. Richard, in his mind, tried to create something new to introduce to the space, introduce delayed gratification on a different level too, and tie it with legacy by talking about certificate of deposit, and try to use the same models that you find in these banking systems, except it's a lot better and it pays more. And of course, it's just much more efficient and safe without having to use any third party, blah, blah, blah. But he used something that was already present and modify it and alter it and add his own style to it. It's all him. From the numbers, from how long, the length of stakes, from all these, he tells you what his favorite numbers are, these things, and blah, blah, blah. That's because this is what, as a creative, this is what he's done. But he had to draw from other things that were already here. Well, a lot of y'all listen to these new cats and gals, cats and dogs that come out of nowhere into the community. They come out of nowhere. All of a sudden they show up, bomb. Who are you? Oh, who am I? Well, I happen to be this newcomer, and I'm coming into this community in good faith, and I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to be nice to you. I'm not going to give you any smoke whatsoever. Once you find a liking to me, and I keep talking to you and persuading you and creating a spell on you in your mind, make you go to sleep with my sweet words and presentation and charm, I'm gonna introduce you my project. I'm gonna introduce you my coin. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what they've been doing for you. This is not new. Y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know. It's not new. Look at from 17. By the time the Pulse Chain sacrifice was active, the fall from 2017 up to, let's say, September 2021. And around September 21, I heard about this liquid loans thing, right? And this is after Pulse Chain sacrifice launch started. Pulse Chain sacrifice, not the launch. This is after it started. I'm hearing about liquid loans. I'm hearing about it because in the Telegram group, Pulse Chain Telegram group, I'm hearing these guys, admins, talk about some liquid loans. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. What are you doing? Wait a minute. You know, I say to myself, yo, this sacrifice just started. First of all, you're not talking about Hex like that. I'm talking to the people, the admins that were there, that I was hearing them talk to the participants. It was thousands of people in the Pulse Chain group. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Thousands of new people, thousands of unsuspecting folks who were just excited to hear about Pulse Chain because the bull market was still going. Hex didn't even reach its all-time high yet at that point. We're talking about September 21-ish. Late August, September. Pulse Chain, people are like so excited. You know, people excited, Hex did, meteoric rise, parabola. Every other crypto influencer was saying something about a parabola, parabolic, parabolica. They were adding letters to the word parabola because the thing was going so high. So tying the parabola, because they was parabola, streamers, regular stream. Some groups have disbanded. Streamers have left within the Hex community, educating this heavy emphasis on T-shares. Education was going on. T-shares. I don't hear any of that anymore. Yeah, right? But we're going to get to that. But in September, around this time, Pulse Chain, I'm watching, the voice, the Telegram voice, the voice chat in Pulse Chain was 24/7. Like it was a radio. It was like a radio, station, just satellite radio, 24/7. Anytime you on, anytime you tap in, people are talking, heavy conversation. You at any point in the day. It was a feeling. You got. You embarking in something new, something exciting, right? Okay. While you're dealing with all that, understanding, what Hex is, learning about T-shares, watching how amazing this thing keeps going up, parabola, shamabola, anabola, parabola, all day parabola, hockey stick game crazy. I'm hearing these folks talking about some liquid loans, yo. My spirit, I'm telling you about this intuition. This is why y'all gotta it's not about hate. Because as men, those are the ones that the ones that don't behave like man children, that exercise some form of emotional intelligence. As men, we often trick ourselves. We speak against our intuition sometimes and say, nah, I'm gonna exercise some logic and rationality and give this person a chance or talk to, and say, nah, I know I'm not supposed to go up that street or turn this corner, but what the hell? It's a nice day. Let me just go anywhere. And then you soon find out you should have listened to your gut. Right? I wasn't at that point already because I've been battle tested and I've been scammed more times than you've clicked send in crypto. And I'm proud of that. I wear that because that's what's helped me build the experience I have. And no effing body in this planet could take that away from me. It is what it is. That's why I speak the way I speak and couldn't care of what anybody thinks at all. So I'm hearing these cats talk about some liquid loan. I'm like, yo. We like 2 months into sacrifice. Yo, and that was just something like a revolutionary, groundbreaking thing for a person who's singularly, who's just narrow-minded, thinking about Hex. Now the founder's introducing this whole pulse chain thing. So folks that just been all about Hex has to accept the fact now, at that point, that now it's not going to all about Hex. Now you got to divide your joint between Hex and pulse chain. That, you could see it. You could see it was a battle for people, and a lot of people didn't want to talk about it, being disingenuous, acting so. But they just reveal someone. When you're a spiritual person, you can pick up on things even when you don't want to. It is what it is. That's just the walk of a spiritual person. It's filled with suffering. It's filled with greatness too, but there's a lot of suffering because you pick up on things from the misery and the woes of man and humanity. And so you see it. You see how people are just like, they're struggling. They're struggling to deal with the fact that it ain't all about Hex no more. It's going to be about pulse chain, right? So introduce another monkey in the fold, liquid loans. How you think people were feeling? I saw it. Confusion City. Many people didn't talk about it. Some did. Shout out to Identity Block. He was on it, on it. And I didn't know at the time. But I heard him though. I heard him go through those battles. I heard some of the battles he went through with the Telegram group admins. Like, yo, why are you doing this to the people, man? How long you been in this community, right? And it's what it is. It's not about what I'm saying. I'm not saying how long he been in the community. The admins that were talking about some liquid loans in a post chain group. How long were you in this community? Meaning, how long were you in the Hex community? How long? Not long, come to find out. But when you hear them talk, the sweet talk, introducing their knowledge base, skill set, this and that, talking that shit that Black and brown people and people who come from meager beginnings, who've been in the hood, know what the ghetto life is like. You've been around it. You know what snake oil salesmen sound like. Players, hustlers, pushers and pimps, gangsters, everything. You know what it sounds like. You know, because your spirit is telling you, nah, this ain't it, man. They're not on the level. They're not keeping it 1,000 right now. They're not. And that's what it was, yo. That's the feeling. And I ran with that. Because I saw people asking questions. They were so confused. You had new people coming in. They knew nothing. Imagine the no coiners. Imagine how you felt when you were a no coiner entering crypto. And imagine when you were a no coiner and you drop into some post chain sacrifice phase period, and it's live and it's 2 months in and people are just excited 24/7. Imagine what you were facing. And then you get introduced to some other shit going on, some liquid loans. Yo, son, by then, that's what I'm telling you. 4 years. I was already in crypto. Yo, just battle tested for. Yo, come on, man. Went to wars with content creators, shadow on them. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm trying to fight a certain fight that was thankless, a thankless job. because I was getting scammed on the regular. And not because I woke up and I said I felt like getting scammed today. Who wakes up, want to jump on a computer, play with some crypto digits that you can't even touch, smell, feel, you can only believe in, with the intentions of just wanting to lose their money every day? That's what was happening though. 2017 was crazy with it. Crazy. 18, then I slowed down. By the time 19 came out, I slowed down. After Bitcoin went to 3,000 at December 2018, a lot of y'all don't know anything about it. You don't even know what that feels like. You don't know what that feels like because you weren't here. I slowed down and I learned my lesson. I licked my wounds and I proceeded to move cautiously. So fast forward to 21, September 21, I'm listening to these people talk. Yo, you guilty before proven innocent. I don't care about what any of y'all gotta tell me. I don't care. Because you don't respect my money. You don't respect me. You don't respect my money. You can't expect me to extend any level of respect your way. Because I see what you're doing. You're talking to me in tongues. You know, thinking I can't decipher or decode your agenda. It's written on your brain and it's clear. It's transparent. Like, you know, people tell you who they are. They show you who they are. You best believe them. Rock you to sleep. You meet them face to face type thing. You know, like, and I've seen it in different things. Network marketing, all of that MLM market, all that garbage. You meet them and they're showing you the finest of the finest, right? Taking you to all these things, making you believe that they're rich. They got all these things. Yes. You know, cufflinks on the shoulder, on a wrist, cigar. Fattest cigar that you can't buy, you know, liquor that you can't, that's illegal to even sell in the States, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of appeal to your senses, to appeal to your lower form of being, to appeal to your greed, to appeal to your sexual, animalistic, base level, primal being, to rock you to sleep, because all they want is your paper. But y'all don't know anything about that. Y'all don't know anything. Y'all actually don't even care. You don't. You want to see somebody go on stream to make you feel good because you weren't here during the war. How was this country built? We don't know. But we have to acknowledge the history. You know what I'm saying? We don't know as far as experience. We didn't go through it, but we have to acknowledge the history of what got us to where we are today. And if you don't follow your intuition, it's a surefire way where you're going to lose. You're going to trump yourself. You're going to get in a situation where you trip over all your feet because you gave away your power to people who didn't care about you and consistently don't care about you. 2021, I'm watching these guys. They're in the Telegram group talk about Liquid. And the reason why I keep getting at Liquid Loans, that was the first project I heard about after Pulse Chain Sacrifice launch. That's talking about they doing a sacrifice too. And Pulse Chain wasn't even a thing for like 6 months. You're already that thirsty. Y'all are that thirsty already, son. That thirsty? Yeah, they're that thirsty because there's no law, there's no rules to this. Told y'all it's corrupt. I told y'all it's dog eat dog. I told y'all you're dealing with things that are villainous. I told y'all you're dealing with the lust of man and the greed and power that they'll freaking do anything at any cost to get. Of course, man. You saw how much money was raised. 600 million for Pulse Chain just given away for freedom of speech. Oh, there's bread. And they're going to do everything that they can to get involved with it. Well, from people who didn't know anything about what staking Hex meant. Will tell you they're in the Hex community, though. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop pretending like you know. Stop pretending like you got a clue. I know what that feels like. I was in crypto. The first 3 months I was in crypto, I thought I was an expert. turned the camera on, started talking shit. I knew nothing. I felt like I did. Knew nothing. And I had to really catch myself because I was a man of a certain age. I'm still, I wasn't a child, man of a certain age. I had to catch myself. I'm like, oh no, I don't know anything. I need to stop this. My whole thing had to change. My vibe had to change because I'm watching other content creators. I'm watching these so-called members in the community who are supposed to be so-called leaders. I'm watching folks who, are supposed to receive the trust from the community. Trust. A space that's supposed to be trustless. You're not supposed to trust anybody in crypto, but you're trusting people, right? So you're already at a deficit. It's what it is. You're already at a deficit. Human beings are flawed. They can't help themselves. And you're listening to people that just don't have your best interest, that they don't care. They don't care. The thing wasn't even live. Pulse Chain Sacrifice wasn't even live 4 months. You're hearing about another sacrifice right behind it. That's it. And that's what they were doing. And they didn't care. They had no shame. And it didn't resonate well with me. I created a video and talked about, because this is what happened, right? Richie Rich went live. He went live because see, a lot of immaturity happens in this space. Y'all don't respect your money. You're not serious with your money. You just laugh. You laugh a lot more than you think. You laugh a lot more than you study. You laugh a lot more than you respect what you have. You laugh. You make jokes. And then when you mess around, the joke ends up being on who? You. They were talking about back then. A lot of y'all don't know. They were talking about how Pulse Chain is gonna launch November 18th. Come on, son. That's what the narrative was. November 18, 2021. Oh, Pulse Chain gonna launch, because people try to decode this man's Twitter messages. This other weirdo behavior that folks do, man. Anything the man tells you, trying to like flip it and bounce it like it's some type of secret esoteric type of coded language. No. Make no mistake about it, man. If it was like that, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing the way he's doing it, in such a weird, quirky way. The dude be doing, Richard I'll be doing some quirky stuff that I just don't care for. It is what it is. Y'all afraid to talk. I ain't got nothing about that. But people try to decode everything he does and everything he was saying and say, oh, November 18, 2021. That's when Pulse Chain. The dude came out a couple days before November 18, pissed off on stream. Richard Hart came out pissed. You could see it in his face. He was pissed. Tight. Telling the world, yo, Pulse Chain is not launching November 18, 2021. He was pissed. Somebody in the chat asked him about liquid loans, and there you go. Oh, any idea on liquid loan? He goes something. He says something like he doesn't have any idea what liquid loans is. He hopes it's awesome, but the history, of what happened in the past with Hexicans. They've just gotten scammed by people coming up with different projects, all kinds of stuff. And if he wants to have a choice between his project, his ticker symbols and others, he's gonna bet on Hex every trip. You think them guys at Liquid Loans went at Richard? And that's what I asked them too in the video. I said, yo, y'all got all this smoke, you got all this smoke for me, because I was questioning them up to that point. I'm like, yo. This is a sacrifice period for Pulse Chain. You talking about all this stuff. People don't even barely know what Hex is. Barely know. Even the Hexicans barely knew what Hex was. Barely. Them liars there's another thing with them over there. That's a whole nother story. Folks didn't know anything about T-shirts and how it was operating. They just were learning within the last up to like maybe a year to maybe 9 months. Just getting it together with understanding T-shirts. Why? Because I was watching them guys streaming from January of 21, talking about it. People had no clue. They fronting, especially around big payday. They knew nothing about it. Please, I don't care what they say. And then you guys come in, the thing not even 6 months as far as post chain, blah, blah, blah. And it liquid loans, this and that. So I'm asking questions. I'm like, if you want the stamp of approval, go reach out to Richard, because at that point, Richard was a little bit more personable, right? He would connect with the people more. Hit him a DM or whatever. You might get on a stream with him, or he might jump on your stream and you had a dialogue, and that's A1, because he did it with Trevon James. Y'all don't know. You don't have history. You don't know shit. You act like you do, and you got the secret sauce. You know nothing. You know nothing. You don't respect your time. You don't respect your history. You don't respect your money. So you better embrace your loss. He told him, listen, he hopes it's awesome, but most times they suck. You think anybody from Liquid Loans got on stream with him? Because my thing was, if he could give you the stamp of approval, if he could tell you something, which he doesn't do, but if you could just sit there, build with him, I think that could help your situation. Because I've seen it happen before. Even though the community turned their back on Trevon for whatever reason, because Trevon used to do whatever, Trevon does whatever he does. And people don't like how they can't control him, but he does things too that's questionable to me too. Everybody and anybody could get the smoke. I don't care. Because y'all don't respect my money, so I ain't gonna respect anything you got going on. Unless you're dealing with trustless code and mathematics and everything, number go up, parabola, hockey stick go up. That's what we're talking about. Immutable code, all that stuff. So you think the people from Liquid Loans gave him any smoke? No, they gave him nothing. They just continue to shill in the background. Because you already saw, if you really went, because the man asked. He asked on that same stream, Richard asked, show me the code. Where's the code? Where's the no admin keys? He's saying these things, and he's saying he doesn't have the time to be looking at everything. This was in November 21. My whole point is how y'all get distracted. You let these guys come out of nowhere, and I don't know them, but I know my experience. I've seen a lot of them come and go. A lot of groups, a lot of scammers, a lot of people who presented to be authentic and genuine, kind-hearted and sincere. I see them rug so many times, come and go. So, it ain't personal, homie. But you guilty before proven innocent in my book. In this crypto space, I don't care what you are, what you do. You could be cool, you could be everything good, everything blah, blah, blah. But in this space, you have no track record whatsoever. You can't prove that you've helped anybody else become rich. Miss me with your whatever you got going on. That's how it is. It's just that brutal, because I'm taking it that serious. Because where I'm trying to go ain't no joke. Look at what y'all going through right now in the bear market that y'all crying about. This is regular. This is what it is. This is the life. This is the life set of cycles dealing with crypto. A lot of y'all don't know about it. A lot of y'all don't know. Blood clot crying. I was going to war with people. You don't know what that is. Wasting my time arguing with grown-ass men. I was there. I was acting like them men that I criticize right now. I know, that's why I could talk my shit. Because I was acting like a man-child. I could talk mine very well. I don't need nobody to say anything, but I don't care what you feel, because you don't care about my intangible digits in my wallet. Like, trying to uplift people, trying to really uplift. But I can't show them anything that's worth them going to research, because y'all full of shit. So I have to do it differently. I have to do it behind the scenes. I have to do it on my own time in my own way. But I'm saying these things to prove as documentation and reference for the future of how, folks were acting shady from day one. I don't care what they present. And their presentation was trash too. nice backgrounds, nice talk, this and that, oh, that and this and that. And it's not just liquid loans, it's all of that. I don't care about, look, listen. You think 150 projects is going to do 10,000x? This is why I tell you, like, and when I say it's all of them, they could all get the smoke, because I don't care about none of them. I don't care, because I have to wrap and accept the fact that the attention is no longer on one token. It's divided. The winner, that the owner of that winning coin, the founder, the creator of that joint, did the 10,000x and all that, decided to incorporate multiple other tokens, to the fold. That's enough for me. Like, I don't care what y'all feel about, maxi this, maxi that. No, I'm maxi generational wealth. I'm not maxi gambling. There's a collective that y'all love right now. There's a collective that y'all love it right now. Wholly and emphatically immature with their presentation. They actually told you, and they're telling you they don't believe the T-share. They don't believe in the T-shares and how the T-share can improve the price action for HEX. This is words that they've said to you, but y'all have welcomed them, and you've allowed fake thought leaders in this space to allure you into believing, by giving them some fake stamp of approval, that they're A1. Meanwhile, that's the same group that don't believe that the T-share rate is worth anything. They don't believe in T-share. They don't understand how it works. They don't care for it. What they care for is enriching their own pockets and themselves by using models that have already existed. All they're doing is copying. They copy paste. There's nothing original. Everybody that's coming after this founder, like, you could just say, because listen, what did Richard do? He copied what Vitalik and Ethereum did. In a sense, what was the proposition? What was the message? What was the message? Y'all don't know this. You don't know what the first messages in this HEX community was. The coin promising to reach 10,000x in 2.5 years. Why? Because Ethereum performed the same. Ethereum, piggybacking off Ethereum, piggybacking off Vitalik. So everybody else who's coming behind Richard, you think they have the same odds? If they did, they would do what Richard did, synonymous with what Vitalik has done. Make it make sense. Y'all don't think. Y'all just want to ingratiate your selfish, immediate, gratifying palates. All you're thinking about is today and not tomorrow, and that's fine. But don't bitch, moan and complain, and woe is me later when things don't go your way, because you sold yourself short when you had the chance not to. Following the steps of losers. This is what you've done. Who else? Like, if not for RH who created this, what other person can you really entrust? And we're not supposed to trust nothing in no man or woman in crypto, nothing. What's the whole point of this thing, yo? Who else are you gonna trust that has created anything to help other people become successful as he has? Who else? What other person can talk to you? Who? You're gonna be an owl. Who? That's what you're gonna ask. Who else can you trust? Shouldn't trust anybody. That's the whole point. That's why he talks about this, no expectations and all that, because you're not supposed to have expectations of nothing and and legalese and blah, 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 and whatever. But the truth is, you can't trust any motherfucker out here. You can't. It'll be the closest one to you that'll snake you. So what are you talking about? But what other founder of anything can you believe in? Right now in 2023, right now in the summer of 2023, What other crypto founder in DeFi that you could believe in that's going to bring you an opportunity to potentially earn massive gains like Richard? Who else? Who you listening to that got you rich besides him, y'all? Who you listening to? Like, you know, y'all just don't know. You know nothing. I know nothing too. I just go by my experience though. And I don't pretend to believe in people that everybody got my best interest. 150 projects and 150 are all gonna hit. On top of the core of what built this, of what, come on. Get it together, man. Miss me with the garbage talk, the garbage mindset, the garbage thinking. Y'all need to get it together, or else you don't have to listen to me. Life is going to show you one way or another. That's the thing. That's the beauty in all of this. I'm wasting my time talking to y'all. Like I'm literally consciously wasting my fundamental precious time I cannot reclaim right now, speaking with y'all about this. And it's not specific to my viewers, my current viewers right now, which I can't see right now. I'm just saying in general, issuing this message to the world. I know it's a bona fide waste of time. And I'm becoming, it's almost like, again, I'm putting the message out there so that in the future, at any point, should anyone find it, they could say, oh yeah, there was something antithetical to what the pseudo bullshit status quo that's already out there. Oh, you're RH Maxi, you gatekeep. You see how things are, you know, how the agendas also surface. People had like these secret motives of why they do what they do. Before it was about, oh, Hex is gate kept, and you know the world is gate kept. And when you talk about the weirdness of how people are bringing up, sacrifice periods, you're questioned and being told, oh, but why are you being a gatekeeper? Why are you being a? That's what I was told when I was making videos 2 years ago about liquid loans. Oh, why are you gatekeeping? That's the best you can do. Oh, you calling it gatekeeping, huh? Why are you secret scamming? Why you want to secretly rug? Why are you doing that to the people? Because that's how I see y'all. I don't care. Time will have to prove. This is the whole thing. Time will have to prove, and until then, you're not getting a dime from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. You don't respect my thing or what? I don't care about your airdrops and none of that. Because after a while, it's confusing and it's distracting, and it takes away from your concentrating on what matters. You're diluting yourself. You're diluting your power. You're diluting your energy. You're diluting your attention because you're dividing everything in multiple ways. Something suffers. That's how it is in life. You have 4 or 5 kids and you paying attention to only 3 of them, and 2 of them will be neglected. You don't think that's going to have an adverse impact on their lives and yours? Make it make sense. Y'all just make jokes out of life and jokes out of money and jokes out of yourselves. I don't. You know, I'm speaking for young people. I'm not even speaking for my peers or anything like that, because y'all seem like, you know, you're going to do what you want to do anyway. I'm speaking for the Generation Z, Generation Alpha, that's going to catch this pretty soon, because time flies. Time flies. So they could probably use this as a reference to understand some of this historical events that got us to where we are here. And some of these practices, these bad practices that happen in crypto, that continuously happen, that people try to forget and ignore, because people don't want to hear the truth. When you tell the truth, you don't have any friends. So I'm not doing this to have friends and be popular. There's only one way to tell the truth, and there's 1,000 ways to lie. And that's what you find here. Motherfuckers with slithering tongues, hissing at you, thinking that that you are a sucker, you are less than, you are not worth anything. That's what they're telling you by doing that. You have no value. You intrinsically have no value. That's what they say. They're saying that everything that belongs in your pocket belongs in their hands. And then you freely give it. And if you do that, you deserve nothing. You continuously do that, what do you deserve? Nothing. Nothing. It is what it is. You don't respect your feelings. You don't respect your gut. You don't respect your instinct. You don't respect that sixth sense. The spider senses are tingling. Yo, this motherfucker's not on the level. They're lying to me, man. They're lying. Yo, he said one thing in this stream, he's saying something else in another stream, or he's saying one thing in this stream, and what he's saying is just crazy. But y'all eat it up. The person just, and then this, you know. FOMO TV, what's going on? Ernie Savage, DJ Cryptomatic. Yup, Stinks in the Grass. Big GZ. Almost said, great time. My intuition just told me something had to happen. And always trust. Exactly. Trust your intuition. You have to. You have to trust your intuition. What's going on, man? Sonny in the building. What's up, Sonny? Said my ninja. I couldn't even tell you. I know that's crazy, right? Liquid loans. I couldn't even tell you, man. But that's the language. See, you know, Sonny, veteran, developer. You know the Thun language. You know the Thun language. You know. Shout out to Mobb Deep, rest in peace of Prodigy. You know the Thun language, man. It is what folks don't know. They don't know the history. They don't know. They don't know how things happen. They don't know how things unfold. They don't know how shady things are and how corrupt. They don't understand it. And it's the same thing. It's just dressed differently, you know? And it may not even be by the same people, but the activities are the same. And then now it's even more brazen. They'll tell you to your face. To your face. Yeah, this is a veteran right here, folks, that, you know, lived through DAP wars, clone wars, all that. You know, it's crazy. Back in 2018 and a little bit of 19. You know, Spawn, this is the leader, the creator of Gandhiji.io, folks. The Hourglass, the absolute successful Hourglass I was a part of, community that I was a part of. You know, right here. It doesn't get any more evident than that. That's it. And a lot of things from that we see today stem from the Hourglass. A lot of things that we see going on in crypto DeFi that y'all don't want to admit, especially the OGs and people that so-called OGs. I don't even consider myself an OG. I don't care about that OG title and none of that. Accolade, fake accolade. It doesn't pay my bills. Anyway, a lot of y'all don't know that a lot of things that happen now, a lot of these different advancements and evolution that's taking place with all these, you know, the different ways to earn money, yield, reward, stemmed from the Pareto principle, proof of weak hands model. And whether you want, I don't care. I said it already in the stream. The idea is at some point to never sell, just hold, and live off the rewards live off the dividends, yield, interest, whatever you want to call it. That's what it comes from. That's what a lot of these things come from, but people won't tell you the truth. It's a fact. Yo, good luck to everybody in who invested in a bunch of different stuff, man. But it just looks crazy to me. Like a lot of people don't even think about their presentation. Sometimes you come in like, yo, did you just walk out of like a oil refinery? You're on a stream. Your face look crazy, oily, greasy. You didn't comb your hair. You don't even give a F. But you talking about some stuff because you want people to get money. That's how much they don't care about you. They're not even respectful enough to even be presentable. Got all kinds of stuff look on the grill. You could tell like, yo, you haven't been to a doctor in a minute. Your skin look crazy. And you talking to people trying to act as if like just your knowledge is going to win them over. Stop it. 5, like the kids used to say, stop it. That's what you find. It's me, Easy. Salute. Coin Critic. Salute. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see to all the protocols and schmotocols. I can't focus on a protocol or schmotocol right now, but shout out to you. And I'm not getting at you. I'm talking about these people, protocol this and protocol that. Anybody who just got into the scene 3 years and under, nothing. You can't say nothing about nothing. Nothing like well enough to be like established and blah, blah, blah. You didn't create, you weren't a real legitimate founder that just have seen exponential gains and helped others experience exponential gains. There's nothing to talk about. That's nothing to talk about. But then you allow them, you give them the chance and you lend them your energy, and you might not get any return on that energy you gave away. So that's a loss. It could potentially be a loss. That's how it's been. Imagine 4 years, except for a couple things. 4 years of going through ups and downs, and mostly downs. Bear market blues. You gambling with a whole bunch of other stuff, losing left and right. You don't think after a while that does something to you? It doesn't mean that I gave up. I'm still here, but I'm wise enough to know. Come on, man. Like, I'm nobody, please. And I've kept the same energy the whole time. And I'm glad, because it fielded me and helped me avoid the nonsense. So I don't just like jump in, into anything that gets presented, because everything that glitters isn't gold. That's just what it is. And you want to talk about doing something that could potentially create life-changing gains and generational wealth that you could pass down to others, you have to take that serious. And know that everybody you meet is not your friend. Everybody you meet is not going to be, it have best interest for you. Everybody you meet is not going to tell you the truth, especially dealing with money. I don't care what they know. You have Bitcoiners that have been, that just they sleep, think, shit, eat, drink Bitcoin all day. They don't even have it all together. You mean to tell me you're going to have some? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's a fact. Trust nobody. Alan Fizzamir, what's up? Yeah, the speed of light. People, one breath, somebody will say, oh, you need to onboard. And then the next breath, they see something they don't like and they dump. They dump massively on the market. But I thought it was about onboarding. What happened? And you're a so-called thought leader. This is why you don't just do you. Don't be compromised out here. Don't compromise yourself. Right? Don't compromise yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Don't do nothing. Be you. This is what this is about. Peer to peer. So folks talk that community talk. Look, there's a community. You need a community to allow these things to work. There's a community of people that believe in the fiat system. So that's why it works. But it's still comprised of individuals, right? And we at some point we have no choice but to continuously have faith in these baseless fiat pieces of paper, because there's a military behind these governments and central banks that can strictly enforce us to use these things. That's why this system exists, to table that, to combat that, to balance that. But it's us. We have to make the decision. The sole decision rests on us, on our consciousness, on our ability to say yes or no, to take the chance. So what's the problem? What's the problem? What's so hard to believe in yourself? Why is it so hard to take self-accountability, take responsibility for your own actions? Why is it so hard? I'm not doing this for anybody here. I'm doing this for the people that are going to come behind and find this community and understand it. This is for nobody present time right now. This is for the future. If YouTube is, will exist in whatever, that's what this is for. This ain't for everybody here, because a lot of y'all don't respect history. You don't. You act like you do and you know, but I see you go on Twitter and it's, thumb thugging and is whatever, insult, fest, party, fest, nonsense. Because in real life, none of that would really even take place. The threats, I see like disgusting, toxic behavior on Twitter is garbage. It's garbage. I have all this fever for somebody. Meanwhile, you did nothing to help anybody in your life. All this fever and drama and criticism. Meanwhile, you did everything minuscule compared to what's being done out here, and supporting people who don't have your best interest at heart. Unless you're a part of that collective or a part of some kind of nefarious behavior, because that's the only thing I could think of. You must hate yourself if you're not even good enough to be a part of some type of nefarious, evil ring of bad doers, bad actors doing bad things. You must really hate yourself, because it's like, what's the point? What's the point of you doing things and engendering misery, destruction? What's the point of that? What's the point of that? And you're in a space that's supposed to represent revolution? What side are you on? You're barely on anyone's side because you don't trust yourself. People, these people talk, presentations, or spaces, Twitter spaces, nonsense, all nonsense. Wasting my time right now. I'm gonna change this episode to wasting my time. I'm changing it. I'm gonna change it. Wasting my time now. And the rule, what's going on? That's a fact. Coin Critic, Chris Crypto. Glad to see you. Glad to have you. Yeah, some scar tissue, for sure. For sure. For sure. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, he confirmed that. But people like to just have expectations. It's natural to have expectations. It's natural. But it's also should be understood that it could be natural to also have no expectations, because if this is what all you were waiting for and you expected, oh yeah, single-sided stake and single-sided, as if this is what I say, the man makes mistakes too, but what? Well, what's the problem? You know how many mistakes we've made that hundreds in crypto, hundreds up to this point. It happens. You know how many mistakes you made in life? Too numerous to count. How many mistakes you're going to continue to make? It is what it is. Live life. But you can't be a person, criticize. These people criticize others for not onboarding, right? They criticize what's going on in it. They deep criticism, or offer deep criticism, and share who they connected to, how deep their pockets are, how deep their connections and their network, how wide their network is, their resources, and where they come from, and blah, 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 how affluent they are, right? They hear about single-sided staking is gone and dump. Like, yo, you're not serious. But this is what it is. This is what people have done and will continue to do. And then they jump ship and they redirect and pivot and go somewhere else, or other people do some other shenanigans. Focus on what you got going on. That's it. Don't worry about these people, man. Idiots, clowns, I don't care. This is just what it is, man. Because if you follow individuals and not follow your own plan, you may regret it. If you do not follow your plan, a plan that you made for yourself, based on information you collected, you gathered, and maybe even sprinkled a little intuition into that mix, you might not come out favorable in the end if you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that, you might not come out favorable in the end. And the chances are, right now, you're diluted. Is coin confusion, fatigue, exhaustion. That's what it is right now, man. I can't dilute myself in 100 different directions. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't care what people call. I don't care if they call. They don't watch my channel. I don't care for all that anyway. Stick with the winner. Stick with the winner. Stick with the winning philosophy. Still with the winning technique. Stick with the winning strategies of what you've done. Because people don't think about the T-share thing anymore. They don't even think about the functionality of the damn token and contract. They're telling you that the T-share is not going to help Hex price. And y'all gonna just run over there and yo, it is what it is, man. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. And then people that giving them platform to say that don't check them. You got to see, this is the thing. Y'all gave them a platform to talk, and you're supposed to be what you're supposed to be. And you let these people talk all this wild stuff. How genuine are you for not checking them for saying something wild like that? This is why trust nobody, yo. Trust no one in this thing, yo. For real. For real. And it's no affront to anybody. It's just fact of life. Fact of life. Don't trust me. Don't trust anybody you listen to and you hear. Trust yourself first. You know? And if you could barely do that, thank goodness for crypto. But there is a lot more to learn, a lot more to evolve, because we still early in this whole thing, man. A lot of things to iron out. Because people are still giving their funds and their monies away to third parties and intermediaries heavily. You're still giving your trust away to people who you'll never meet in life. Like, I don't understand that. This is the internet. Like, how are we doing this? Then when the rug literally gets pulled from under your feet, it's nobody to call for help. Nobody to call. Nobody. Late game reviewer. The Disciple, what's up, man? Great stream last night, you guys. Exactly, we saw it. It's the same thing over and over again. People are not going to have 8 DEX forks with sack. For real. It's okay, though. It's okay. Because are all 8 going to do what Uniswap did or whatever, Pancake Swap? Oh, come on now. Yeah, man. It's for real. Yeah, the presentation, it looked horrible. Horrible in its community. Come on. Horrible. I'm not saying like, because presentation is a thing for me. Presentation is a thing. You know, like, at least have some kind of self-respect. And if you know, and not everybody has everything like that. And I'm not trying to make fun of people, right? Because I deal with the poor. I deal with poor people who suffer mental illness. That's just what it is. So that's not what I'm thinking, you know, as far as insulting. No. It's about being in a position where you're trying to uplift somebody else, because sometimes your words may not resonate as well if you just look like you just came out of a dumpster. And you just, you know, woke up from living, you know, from living under a bridge, man. My goodness, let's be for real, man. For real, modern day. We're not living in a remote society, some type of secluded situation, conditions, and it's whatever over there. You know, ancient type of civilization, but living synonymous with modern capitalism. No. We're first world. You're talking about how you made a lot of money in Hex and all this stuff, and you a millionaire and all that stuff that y'all been telling the world that you a bunch of millionaires and all this stuff. Really? And this is what you could do? This is how you look? You can't even shave, bro? You don't care? That's a message you're giving to the young people. Right? You can't take care of your teeth? You're missing a tooth? You don't have the money to afford dental? Like, you don't care? You're missing a tooth? That might affect your heart. Take care of your teeth. You don't care. You don't care about yourself. It's all about the money and chasing the bag. It shows that health doesn't mean nothing to you. To me, health is wealth. That's the real wealth. No matter how much money you have if your health is poor. Mental too. Mental health is wealth too. Because if you batshit crazy and you got a bunch of money, that's not going to serve you well. Where's the balance? Where's the equilibrium? But folks don't care. They don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna good people. Yeah, it's about that time. That's a monopoly. Get out of jail free card. Exactly. Exactly. I'm a hex OG. It just even sound crazy, man. It just sound crazy. And what that mean? Right? You're a hex OG. What that mean? What that mean? What? Right? Like really? These labels that folks hold on to. That is that the sum culmination and total of what? What that mean? What? I don't know, man. Shout out to you, man. Small value is an hourglass game. Even without crypto, the honesty of the people in the game is humanist. I have to figure out the truth that matters to you. No middleman code for me. Exactly. Exactly. No middleman code. And that just that sort of like that's something that applies all across the board, not just in crypto. Middleman code, right? The whole code thing, whether it's the math, whether it's your belief system, your interactions with people, your honor system, integrity, all of that applies 100%. Wasting our time, more like it. Yeah, yeah. Feels like it sometimes, man. He said, I don't know, man. Pulse Hex OG Safe Rug looks good. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. DJ Cryptomatic said, facts. Look, folks, from the yeah, Hexy Hex. Yo, I wasn't in the community, but I was watching that. I was watching that unfold. You know, that Hexy thing. My goodness. And that was something that was I saw other people in the community really looking forward to that and really shilling that. Like that was gonna be their meal ticket. This was like in 2020, I want to say the fall of 20. I saw people talking about this and they were like saying how that was going to be the meal ticket. And this is a time when these individuals were involved with other chains like Ether Chain and Tron Chain. And, you know, because see, this is the thing. A lot of this stuff has its beginnings in degeneracy, you know? The gentleman that you just saw right now, Metaverse, I think, Sonny had Richard on Junk on Crypto. That's the guy who basically spearheaded, who's the head of his own crypto community right now, Sonny, the developer for Gandiji.io / EthereumGold.io, and basically invited Richard to a stream early before, I think it was before Hex launched or soon, maybe very soon, right in the middle of, not the middle, but right there, either in November or December 2019. And it was a challenge. Like the war of the minds, like, you know, decentralization versus having some type of centralization within decentralization. It was what it was. You know? But I'm telling you, I'm trying to give y'all history, like in a sense where you have people who are dealing with the circumstances. If you have a bunch of stuff to deal with, and a lot of people are just presenting to you just nothing but like more garbage or anything that's good, and you have some people that try to use whatever they have to find the diamonds in the rough, because all you're doing is swimming in a hay of bull crap, and you just want to find that one needle in the haystack. And these guys are two people from two different basic backgrounds that found their needles in the haystack, and they're trying to, you know, sharpen the sword with each other. That's what we're doing, because it was dog eat dog in here. Dog eat dog. Richard may or may not have been interacting with extreme degen projects, but he was into leverage trading. You hear how he talks. It's how he says leverage trading is bad for people. And he was also in Telegram groups where people bona fide got scammed. Not to say that he was a part of it, but I've also been in other groups, and other people have been in many groups where the groups turned out to be run by bad actors and have hurt the entire community in the groups. So it was dark, it was dirty, it was nasty, and it still is. So folks who are trying to present something else to you, something sweet, this and that. No, it's relevant. It's relevant in a sense where be careful for all these shiny things that people are trying to show you, blind you with all this other stuff, and move your way from really what counts. I understand what holding on to something is. I understand what not selling means. I understand what trying to really create something where you can live off your rewards. I understand what those things mean. That's something you can't change. It doesn't matter what enclave, circle, community, collective, crypto you deal with, because that's the goal for me. I don't know about you. And with that, folks, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Take care. Be well. He said, it's me easy. It's me easy. I said 15% on healthy. Exactly. No need to brush your teeth if you're a Hex OG. And with that, we'll leave you. You don't need to brush your teeth if you're a Hex OG. How about that, man? Take care, folks. Be well.